Hi, my name is Kate. I'm also known as Two Little Kits, and welcome to my FlossTube. I don't have a lot to share, so this could be a really short FlossTube this fortnight. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but either way, let's get started. I'm gonna dive right into Two Little Kits stuff to begin with. The only thing that I could think of, or that I wrote a note for this fortnight, is that I've made the decision to split my Etsy store. What does that mean? Previously, to begin with, I guess, I opened my Etsy store back in April 2018, which was when I officially launched Two Little Kits. And it was purely a way initially to get Stitch People portrait orders. I then eventually started making patterns. This is in case you don't know like my history. Started making patterns. Shortly after that, I made my first couple of fonts and those took off really well. But everything that I made, I put on Etsy while I was working on my own website, which I released pretty soon after the Etsy store opened, and I continued to run both stores. Once I started making merchandise and apparel, the logical thing for me was to just add it onto the Etsy store. That's what I did with my website. Everything just went onto the same shop. My merchandise and apparel have done incredibly poorly, and that's to put it kindly, on Etsy. They haven't done great on my website either, I'll be honest, but that's neither here nor there. The main thing was that I believe people find my Two Little Kits because that's a whole other issue. I wasn't able to use Two Little Kits because I set up the store incorrectly to begin with. But that's just Etsy being difficult. So my shop, if you don't know, is Two Little Kits, as in L-I-L rather than little. People were going to that store to find patterns and fonts, not stitchy related merchandise and apparel. I have been thinking about doing this for a very long time, like probably close to 12 months. And I made the jump this week to delete all of my listings that were merchandise and apparel on Etsy and open a new store, which I will link when it's a bit more ready, because right now, as of recording, it's not really that ready yet, so just hang tight. List all of those, basically the print on demand stuff that I have on that new store. So I'll keep Two Little Kits as patterns and digital stuff, and the couple of like physical things such as the cross stitch kits, which now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I've actually listed on Etsy. I think I have. I hope I have. I meant to. And right now it still has the necklaces that I am hand making. So I'll show you because I haven't shown it for a while. So these ones, and it's really bad of me, but I cannot remember the name of this. Stitchy Love, I think it is. So there's two types of this. There's one that's just the flower, and there's another one which I will grab, which is two flowers and a leaf, basically. So there's the two types of design. There we go, they're finally focused. So those two, they're still on Two Little Kits Etsy store as just variants of each other. And then this one, which is Floss Love, and it comes in blue or purple, or for an additional fee you can customize the colors that go into it. So these haven't taken off like I'd hoped either, but I don't promote them enough. So like, it's on me, it's my fault. But I have kept those on that Etsy store as well because I'm not sure whether or not I should move them, I should say. So I figure I can leave them there and do everything else right now before I make that decision, basically. So yeah, it's been a lot of work so far doing that. I didn't realize that Etsy had a fee of $30 to set up a new store now, so that's kind of annoying. Hopefully I can make that back relatively fast. It makes sense because people were opening shops willy-nilly and not using them or not using them correctly. So yeah, it does make sense. It's just annoying because like, I'm not one of those people. I was gonna just do it legitimately. And anyway, so that's the only Two Little Kits news that I have to share. If you've got any questions regarding that, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer why or what the hell kind of things. Like, yeah, just let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. I'm gonna clean my glasses. But basically, that's all the Two Little Kits stuff that I had or have to share. So let's move on. I don't have any finished pieces because I've been busy working on the Etsy store and on my works in progress. So let's talk about what I've been stitching. To begin with, I will share my ornaments, which are a lot more exciting to look at than they were last FlossTube. So to remind you, I have 5 ornaments this year. This is the first one. So this one is ready to have its border done. Actually, the first 3 are ready for their border. This is the second one, third one, and these last 2 I am about to start hair on them. He's not getting hair though. He's technically got hair. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see like he's got sort of a 5 o'clock shadow kind of deal going on, but he's bald basically. He's just got very fine head of hair. So I have started on that one technically. And then this is the last one. This is my first baby in a swaddle for an ornament. So that's cute. So those are my ornaments, and I've just put them all out of order. Those ones are going separate while I work on these ones. So yeah, those are my ornaments. The next stage for those is obviously the rest of the hair for the last 2 that I just shared. And then I will be continuing to take photos of them as they finish, because I've taken pictures of the first 3 because they're ready for borders, and then using Procreate to design the border. Design the border for each of those pieces. I haven't done that in the past, but I just want to give it a go this time basically. So I have my iPad ready. The next piece, sorry, I just was wondering where one of my works in progress was, is Village in the Valley, which is the piece I have in my car always, except when I'm doing a FlossTube. I'm up to the second last color, which is the light brown. So this is really close to being completed. I've been trying to figure out what my next work in progress for the car is going to be. I have no idea, to be clear. I would love it to be another piece in this style by Flossie Fox Shop, but she doesn't have one. And I don't know how to kindly poke her and say, hey, can you make another one? Because I would love to have 3 in this series, and right now there's only 2. Anyway, there's that one. I've been finding bits that I've missed from other colors as I've been going along this past fortnight, so that's kind of funny. My next work in progress is another one by Flossie Fox Shop. It is Night of the Frost Dragon. I haven't done a lot, but it has come out of its hoop because it was just bothering me. I've been doing most of my stitching on the ornaments and on the Village in the Valley, so there's only a little bit done on this, which I think is pretty much the green that you see, and that's kind of it. Like I've probably only sat down and stitched on this twice in the last fortnight. I don't know, somehow it's becoming easier. Maybe it's because I took it out of the hoop and the Q-snap, but it is a little bit easier to stitch. I'm kind of finding my groove a little bit better, so that's nice. Let me just fold this one up. Yeah, like I said, most of my stitching time has been ornaments, really, as you can probably tell, because lots of work's been done on them. All right, there's that one. And my last work in progress, I meant to check actually before I show the last one. I meant to check if I had shared this. I think I did, but this was the big piece of fabric that I had for the Secret Grove stitch along. And I did share it because I talked about this. I marked it with the white pencil that I have, which is actually in the project bag now, and washed it to test that it would come off really easily, and it did. So I am gridding, or I have gridded what I need to begin with for the start. I wonder if you can see that. If you can't, I'm sorry. But I've gridded it which is like this bit here. And I'm thinking maybe this will become my car project. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, hi Milo, you coming up? Come on. No, all right, he changed his mind. My last work in progress is my flower field, which I am very happy to say I have kept up with. I haven't done today's flower, and that's okay, but this is up to yesterday, which yesterday was the 14th of November. Oh, Milo just jumped up. Is it in shot? Yes, there we go. So that's my flower field right now. I am very curious as to when it will end. Oh, sorry, not when. I know when it'll end, the end of the year. Where it will end. You can see a tail. Because I would love to trim the fabric now so that I could grid it for next year, because next year I'm going to do the flower meadow. And that one's going to be vertical. So I'm guessing, like, I'm not going to trim this much on the bottom, but I will probably just do the half of the fabric, depending on where it finishes. Like if it's too close, then I won't. I'll give it a bit more wiggle room. But flower meadow is going to be vertical, like that. So I probably shouldn't, but I doubt I will ever want to frame and hang these up. It is purely just proving the concept to myself, if anything. So yeah, there's my flower meadow. Hello, I've got a Milo. Come here. Oh, wonder if you can hear him purring. Yes. Come on, up on my shoulder. Oh, what are you doing? He usually goes on the left shoulder, so I don't know what he's doing right now. You want to be on my lap? Okay, well you can see his butt, so enjoy. And that just bumped the table real bad. That's all my works in progress, and like I said, no finished pieces, but that's alright. Next FlossTube I will have finished pieces, because what date am I going to be recording next FlossTube? I think it'll be the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. So it'll be releasing on the 2nd, which will be after when the ornaments need to go out, is my point. And yeah, so the ornaments, I might even actually have them to share them on that Friday. Like I could box them that day after recording my FlossTube. That's a thought. That'd be cool, being able to share them properly. Anyway, I'm just rambling to myself. Let's stay on track and talk about IRL stuff, which there is not a lot of, which is fine with me. There's 2 things that I've written notes about. The first one is we had our family photos the day, 2 days after I recorded the FlossTube last time, so the day before I released the episode. And the weather held out, I am so happy to say, thank goodness. It was a little bit chaotic. My oldest, as you probably are aware, but if you're not, is special needs. And she didn't really want to go. And then when we were there, she didn't really want to listen. Yeah, it was just sort of tricky to get all of the family in one picture, or have her pay attention and not run off. And yeah, it was just a little bit tricky. I am looking forward to getting the photos. I'm hoping to get them sometime soon, because she said about 2 weeks, and it's almost been 2 weeks since we got them done. So fingers crossed, that'd be great. I want to see them. I should probably check my spam or something just in case, because she's usually pretty prompt. But anyway, so we had family photos, and the other thing that happened was I got a new phone. I didn't need a new phone necessarily. The main thing that prompted getting a new phone, well, 2 things prompted getting a new phone. One was the battery on my old phone was crapping itself out, basically. It was just, I had to charge it at least once a day in the middle of the day to make it last before bedtime. That was just like annoying, to be honest. So I know I'm very privileged to be able to say that, so don't get me wrong. My phone was, I think, 5 years old, which for a phone is really good, but I'm pretty sure I got it before COVID started. Yeah, it was old. It wasn't performing very well. The battery, like I said, was doing really badly. It's still a usable phone. So our plan is to actually set it up eventually, not anytime soon because we'll have to pay for it, but setting it up as a home phone for our kids to be able to use to like call emergency services or whatnot. Because we realized recently that there isn't an easy way for the kids to dial 911 if there was a problem with myself or my husband and the other one of us wasn't at home for some reason. So that'll turn into a home phone of sorts. The other reason was my old phone was a Google Pixel and my new phone is also a Google Pixel. I got a special deal that apparently not a lot of people got for 30% off the phone itself. And like that's a lot of money, especially when you're buying a phone. So my husband and I have been talking about getting new phones for a while. And when I got that deal, I was like, hey, this is pretty good. And he was like, yeah, do it. So saved a bunch of money and got a new phone, which is exciting. So this is my new phone. Turn off the screen because like, there we go, my new phone. The weirdest part about it is the sensor to unlock it for your fingerprint is on the screen. My old phone, it was on the back. I did. I tapped it so it started playing. I hate that my phone does that. I need to figure out a way to turn that off because I used to do it all the time with my old phone. Anyway, yeah, the weirdest thing is the sensor on the front. Oh, I just got a sale on Etsy. Let's see what someone bought. I'm gonna guess a font. Yes, Celeste. I'll cover up I don't think you can see it. Anyway, I was just covering up the address of the person that purchased. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so those are the two things that have happened, really. I am mentally preparing myself for the fact that my kids will be home soon for Thanksgiving, and leading up to Thanksgiving, my kids have shorter days at school, which I need to actually update my calendar for. Like this time next week, my kids will be home by now because they have early dismissal for the Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It's just like, and we have parent-teacher interviews during that week. That's why they do it. They do parent-teacher interviews after the kids are finished in school for the day, but it's still like during normal school hours, if that makes any sense. What? Oh, there's something else? Yeah. So the other thing actually that happened this last 2 weeks was I had my belt test at martial arts and I'm now a brown stripe. So yay! I haven't been to martial arts this week because they do a good thing, but it's called kickathon, and basically you just do kicks all class. You don't do any forms, you don't do any punches, you don't do any technique, or you just kick. And they count how many kicks each student does in every class, and they donate a bunch of money based on how many kicks each class and stuff do. And with my toe the way it is, and just the fact that I hate kickathon, I decided to miss out this week. So I'm feeling very behind because I haven't been to martial arts since the day I released my FlossTube last FlossTube. So it's been a while. I should I don't know, do some stretching or something at least. Anyway, the last thing that I want to make mention is there's new stuff on my website. I'm still doing really well with creating content for my site. I just released a post today that talks about cross stitches facing all the same direction and like why that's a necessity in my opinion. I think it shouldn't just be my opinion, but that it's a necessity in general. See you, Milo. But yeah, I'll have links to the new posts in the description below. So before my husband continues singing louder, I will leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about the Etsy store split. I'm happy to answer anything about that, or if you've got any questions about the works in progress that I have, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your comments and likes and everything. I just It's, yeah, very much appreciated. So until next time, I will see you on the internet. Bye.